So let us talk about comments in C. So here you can observe this program. So whenever we need to apply some documentation text for a given program, for example, I want to explain that what this particular line does. So in that case, I can put a comment that this line prints hello world. So whenever we need to mention the lines that explains the intent of the code, so in that case, we use the concept of comments. So comments are generally ignored by the compiler. So if I compile this one right now, that is gcc hello.c, and I want the output with the name hello. So this compiles fine. But if I'm writing something like this, let's say simply this, and if I try to compile this now, you're going to get error that this is undeclared, right? So whenever we need to supply some documentation statement in our program itself, so in that case, comments are extremely useful. So in this session, we are going to talk about comments in C programming language. Now, if you observe this structure, these two lines, slash star, and some text is written, and this comment is closed by star slash. So this is nothing but it is a comment actually. So these are ignored by the compiler. And to be precise, in the entire compilation toolchain, the first software that comes into the picture is the preprocessor. So preprocessor is the software which removes these comments actually, right? Now, this whatever text is written within this slash star and star slash, these are ignored by the compiler. And comments can be used to make, you can use them freely to make a program easy to understand. So it is used for documentation purposes. Now, the characters that is slash star, this introduce the comment. And to terminate the comment, we need to use this symbol that is star slash. So comments do not nest. We cannot perform nesting of comment. For example, in this one. So if you observe here, if you have to write multiple lines for comment, let's say the comment starts here and the comment closes over here. So this is, let's say, line 1 of the comment, then line 2, and then let's say line 3, and so on, right? So if I compile this, there would be no error. Now, what if I do not close this comment? So in that case, definitely we are going to get error. Now, if I close this comment and I try to perform nesting, that means I'll write comment, and inside this, I'm trying to write another comment. So in that case, I'm going to get error. So if I compile this one, so you can observe here, the compiler throws an error. So comments cannot be nested in C programming language. Now, this single line comment is something that was introduced in C99 version, right? So from C99 version onwards, this comment was introduced. So this is single line comment. After this, if you write, this is just normal. This is like this is the line which is after the comment actually, right? So for whenever we need to write multi-line comments, we should use slash star and end it by star slash. And whenever we need to use single line comment, then we can write double slash together. And very important point, between this double slash, you cannot put a space. If you do that, and if you try to compile this program, you're definitely going to get compile time error, right? So these two slash must be together. And the same thing holds for this as well, that is slash star and close it by star slash. So between this star symbol and slash, if I give a space, then definitely again it will generate compile time error, right? So keep, these are the points that one must keep in mind. Now, whenever the comments, we have to we have to span the comment over multiple lines. In that case, you can use this slash star, write as many lines as required, and then we can close it by star slash. Now, the comment, when you write a comment like this, that is, there is a programming statement here, int main void, that is representing the main function. And after that, we are writing the comment in this manner, that is slash star beginning of main, whatever the text is there, and star slash. So such kind of comments are called winged comments. Now, the C99 version of comment, that is something that we have already discussed. And how compiler understands that where is the end of the comment. The moment you hit a new line, this style of comment ends automatically at the end of the line. And whenever the preprocessor replaces the comment is replaced by one space character. So in the upcoming lesson, we'll observe practically that how a comment is eliminated by the preprocessor. Now, the replacement is actually important. Like in this case, if you observe A, this is the letter A, and then we have written a comment and then B. So the compiler should interpret this one as AB assignment 0. But according to the standardized version of C, According to the standardized version of C, the compiler must replace each comment by single space character. So the C standard says that whenever the preprocessor removes a particular comment, then it has to be replaced by a single space. Now, so all the comments are replaced with single spaces. This is something that we have observed. And when should we use comments? Whenever we need to provide clarification regarding a piece of code. So let's say I have a function which contains around 100 to 200 lines. Now, I cannot expect that a programmer will read all the 100 lines and can understand the function at one go. So in that case, for that particular function, if I write 1 or 2 lines of comments, then it will be easy for the fellow developers to write better code. Can we write a nested comment? The answer is obviously no. We have just observed right now. So no, comment statements cannot be nested. This is very, very important. Then the comment that is written within the string literal, this will displayed. So in this case, if you observe within the printf statement, this comment is written. So it is not treated as comment. For example, if I write a comment over here, let's say, I'll just zoom out little. And here, if I try to write a comment, let's say slash star ABC and then star slash. So within the string literal, whenever you try to mention a comment, that is not considered as a comment. It is considered as the part of string literal. So if I execute this one, then you can see hello world, and after the new line, you can observe this slash star ABC star slash. So comments are not considered as part of the string literal. So whenever you are writing comment within the string literal, this won't be ignored by the compiler. So that has to be kept in mind. Now, you can observe the comments in the following statements are legal, but the recommendation is that you should always use comments in this manner, that once you complete a statement and after that you write the comment. Like in this case, you can observe main is written here and then the comment is written and then the function call is made. So nothing wrong here. If I do this, let's say, if I take this comment and put it over here, the preprocessor is going to remove this. Now, as C is a freeform language, you can observe here that it will compile successfully and as well as the execution also will be successful. So you can see hello world, the expected output is printed over here, right? But generally, this is not a good practice because this may lead to confusions actually. So last recommendation that you should be aware of, that when should you use comment and when you should not use. So final advice on enhancing the understandability is that, so you should be wise with your comments and you should write comment in such a way so that by reading few lines the entire intent of the code is understandable. And that's all about comments in the C programming language. Happy programming.